What if I told you that I'm a concert girl who's been up to 20 concerts and shows throughout 2 years and wanted a podcast that spoke about music, concert experiences, reactions, and more? Because that's exactly what we're unpacking today. Hi, I'm Mia, and welcome to the Concert Girl podcast. This podcast is all about music, from pop to R&B, jazz to rock, and from EDM to K-pop. A little bit about me. I've spent some time in the media communications, social media, and online publication industries for nearly 5 years. And along the way, I've learned that music is a passion of mine. And for the past 2 years, I've gone to 20 concerts. And if you're navigating something similar, you're not alone. On the Concert Girl podcast, you'll hear unfiltered conversations, interviews with new upcoming artists sharing their stories and journeys, hear from influential professionals working in the music industry, and reactions and commentaries on the latest albums and new music. Some episodes will be practical, some will be reflective, and some will just be real. And yes, we will talk about things people usually don't say out loud. And if you're a music fan, then this space is for you. Let's get it started. Well, I started this podcast because I've enjoyed music from an early age, from watching Disney Channel shows and movies including Hannah Montana and High School Musical, seeing musical theatre and Broadway shows including Wicked, The Lion King and The Devil Wears Prada. From an early age, I've been watching TV music competition shows including The X Factor, The Voice and American Idol. One of the first times I actually went to a gig was in 2012. A singer called Talisa, who was formerly in a music band called N-Dubs, and had sang some of her songs from her album The Female Boss and launched her clothing line. I also had the chance to meet the singer Ella Henderson from a music TV show called The X Factor UK. Fast forward to 11 years later, I went to my first big girl proper concert in 2023, and that was my moment of being curious and interested. I noticed there weren't many conversations tailored towards the music industry, and instead of waiting for someone else to talk about it, I decided to create the space myself. 2023 was the first year I went to a concert, and it was the Tate McRae Acoustic set in a venue in Kingston, London. I arrived at the venue at 2 p.m. and already fans were queuing since 8 a.m. to be at the front. I was number 40, so that meant no queue jumping. I went with my dad as he was a fan of her music, but he also wanted to reassure me that I was safe at the concert, so I brought along a friend. I also got to see some of my friends who were queuing since early morning, and it was safe to say it was a calm, intimate set. We were waiting in the queue for nearly 3 hours and then finally got into the venue at 5 p.m. And as soon as we got in, everyone was rushing into the venue so quickly to be at the front. My friend and I stood in the middle of the pit so we could get a clear view of Tate. The venue started playing some Ariana Grande songs, including Touch It, which I was singing along to, of course, because I'm a massive fan of her music as well. Then around 6:05 p.m, Tate came on stage. She was wearing a black cap with a funny word on it, a black leather jacket, grey pants, and her iconic long curly hair. She said hi to all the fans for this album release day for Think Later. So I got my phone out and began recording. Tate brought her band with her on stage, including Zach Fensky, her lead guitarist, who's been with Tate on tour. I've been listening to Tate ever since I heard her song One Day. Fast forward to 2020, I heard her popular song You Broke Me First on socials and on the radio, and I just became an instant fan since then. This gig was the launch of her album called Think Later, which I will discuss in more detail in the next coming episodes. The stage had her name displayed in the same font and colour as the album cover, bright white and black, green and pink fluorescent lights, and a spotlight on the star, the band, and 2 big screens on the side next to the speakers. She opened the show with the song Cut My Hair, the first song on the Think Later album. What I like about this song is the acoustic beat, the guitar beats, and Tate singing the song slowly and in a relaxing tune. And my favourite song lyric is, Good girls, so overrated, just wanna cut my hair, little black dress, can't forget, just wanna show you, whatever she do, I can do it better. Yeah, I know she can sing it better than me. But I really love that song, especially when she's also counting the beats of the song with her fingers. And yeah, it's one of my favorite songs of the album because you don't hear typical pop songs have those, melodies. And it's just a different kind of pop song that she brings a uniqueness to it. And it's one of my dad's favorite songs that he likes listening to. So he gives it around a 9 out of 10. Of course, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. But yeah, that is cool. And then she mentioned being obsessed with someone in a relationship and began starting to sing the song Run for the Hills. It's another favorite song of mine from the album, remembering the iconic treadmill in the music video. I love the harmonies and the melodies, especially when she sings the iconic line, "The way you touched me, straight to the heart, yeah, it cuts me." It's like being in an iconic movie themed song, and it reminds me of two main characters being in a relationship, one person obsessing over the other sort of thing. And I think I remember seeing somewhere where a fan made an edit of the Vampire Diaries using this song, so I could see why this song can make sense, especially since the TV show has those relationship elements. Then Tate started singing the song Hurt My Feelings, which is all about having a crush. And whenever I listen to this song, I think it can apply to toxic friendships and relationships. With the song lyric, "Want you so bad, baby, hurt my feelings," I just love the acoustic tune to it, because the song is usually in a fast-paced tune. But she gives those summer vibes to it, and I find the song relatable, especially when she says, "Show up at your house without calling," because you do get people like that who don't value you or your time. So I feel like this song can relate in different aspects. Then she started singing this song called Calgary and spoke about how she lives in LA and grew up in Calgary and travels back there for birthdays and visiting her family. She says the song lyric "Old Friends Downtown," and I find this song relatable too, as she mentions, "Same bar, same street, I'm 20 but I still feel like 15. So it has a lot of relatability in terms of age, gives that nostalgia vibe. Then some fans gave some beautiful flowers, and some of the fans even traveled from Calgary too. Then she started singing the song Exes, which is usually a fast-paced song, but she sang in a slowed-down version, and the fans were singing along with the lyrics. "Let's just say it is what it is and was what it was." And this song is quite different because it's a pop song, but then at the same time, she adds a bit of a rap element to it, which not all singers do, but I thought that was really awesome that Tate did that. Then the next song, everyone just became silent and they got their phone torches turned on, and it was the beautiful song called "Stay Done." And everyone was swaying their hands side to side, as the song is quite emotional when she mentions the song lyrics, "I know we should break up, but I just can't stay done with you." And I just love the lyrics of this song, especially when she mentions "we're best friends from enemies." So there's a lot of relatability in Tate's lyrics throughout the whole of the Think Later album. Then from an emotional song, Tate went to an upbeat song, which was the iconic 2023 song called "Greedy," but in the acoustic version. You've probably seen this song go viral across social, and it has the iconic song lyric, "I will want myself, baby, please believe me. So sure of yourself, baby, don't get greedy." Everyone started screaming, and she started doing iconic hand gestures, the melodies, the timings with the band, performing with the guitar and the keyboard. We all started singing along to "Greedy" because this is another top song of ours and a top song of my dad's as well, because I feel like this song gives like an early 2000s Britney coded vibe to it, and the iconic music video when Tate's on the Zamboni in the ice hockey rink, and the iconic Billboard Greedy performance at the Moxie downtown LA hotel. I just love Greedy, and I still listen to it every single day. Finally, to end the set list, Tate started her singing her song called You Broke Me Fast, which literally broke the internet with becoming a viral hit on social. Suddenly you're asking for it back. I don't really care how bad it hurts. You broke me fast. And everyone just started shouting this song, and we literally felt this song. And I love the song because it's always been on my playlist ever since its release. The set then ended with an exclusive Q&A with Tate McRae, where fans had submitted their questions in advance. And I remember people asked her what her favorite song on the album would be and who would she want to collaborate with in the future. She mentioned Post Malone and The Weeknd. Wouldn't that collab be have an iconic song to it, especially with the different melodies? Then the question someone asked her was, what's her favorite song lyric from Think Later? And it was from Plastic Palm Trees, where she mentions caught in a dream and it's not what it seems. So Tate's talking about living in LA since she was 18 or 19 years old and being in a strange, different but new, exciting place for her. Then it was sad because the show ended around 7 p.m, but I was happy because ever since then I've been going to concerts and shows like I'm on Entourage and going solo with friends. And I've also made new friends with fellow fans, including Livy's, Tater Tots, Arianators. So the idea I want to leave with you today is this. In a world that's always online, music and live experiences pulls us back into the moment. If this podcast resonates with you, I want you to know this podcast is a two-way conversation. Feel free to provide feedback and questions in the comment section below. You can find me across all socials, and I'd love to hear what brought this up for you. And if you enjoyed this episode, please follow the podcast, leave a review, or send it to someone who needs it. Thank you for being here. Seriously, this is just the beginning. And ask yourself, where has music taken you lately? In the next episode of the Concert Girl podcast, I'll be discussing the Think Later concert arena tour in more detail. So until then, I'm letting the mic drop. Thanks for listening and tune in soon.
Take it slow, is this where the chill vibes go?